There will be an explosion of these little gardens into larger ones, and eventually they will resemble woods, in my opinion. This, once again, will not be constructed overnight. It will take 10 years to construct. But what I can say with certainty, more so than in my whole 12 or 13-year crypto journey, is that it's easier for me to invest in our future now than it was a year or two ago. We have 500 people. There is absolutely no truth to the concept that this is going away. These companies will experience significant growth in the coming year and the next 5. Will it be difficult to find your way around? Quite a bit of rivalry exists. We as a corporation must therefore be astute, as competent, and as quick to act as needed. However, if we are unsuccessful, it will be due to our own actions and not because I foolishly gambled on the industry. In many ways, the industry bet has been de-risked. The talent bet is next. Everyone, hold on a second. There are a lot of crypto newsletters out there, and while everyone knows the market is always moving, how can you pick the right one? The transparency and ease of use of Bitcoin Zella make it stand out. Whether you're an expert in the crypto realm or just starting out, we've made sure that everyone can dig in. Can you tell me who watches over us now? Rob Kiyosaki is the author of the popular novel Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Not only that, but it's completely free, and we'd like to use this chance to express our gratitude to everyone who has put their faith in us. If you subscribe right now, you'll get all the updates at no cost. Keep one step ahead of the curve rather than merely following it. Sign up for Bitcoin Zella now and take advantage of the cutting edge. The universes that Michael Novogratz inhabits in today's video are quickly merging. The predecessor to the current partner at Goldman Sachs founded the Solana. The major token ecosystem has been all the rage recently, so I would imagine this has begun a trend. As at the time when the FTX estate sold everything, didn't it? Its development and buzz are really mind-blowing. As far as I can tell, that one will be the next to launch an ETF. Yes, because the procedure is identical. How can you expand this community? New participants who weren't purchasing Bitcoin or Ethereum are now getting in on the action thanks to the ETF. Thus, these ecosystems are centered around fostering a sense of belonging. It follows that you will, without a doubt, broaden your community if given the opportunity. Last night, I attended the Coin Center dinner, which is, in a sense, a gathering of the most extreme crypto purists who see cryptocurrency as a revolutionary force that will ultimately topple established governments. You're talking about this system that keeps breaking. You know, it's revolutionary when you consider that in conjunction with Bitcoin as a tenet. Truthfully, I've witnessed nations that have revolutions and they become incredibly ugly. Having said that, I have always been someone who thought I adore those people. Plus, that's not quite my style. Bringing in institutions was the whole point of Galaxy, was it not? We wanted to make the most of what crypto has to offer. The elimination of intermediaries, decentralization, and freedom. A substantial sum of money, while ensuring that the system remains intact. Even while it's not the case for everyone in the crypto space, I believe that's the middle ground that the majority of Americans seek. Also, you have my utmost admiration for the Bitcoin maxis. The fact that they are unable to sell their Bitcoin is the thing I like most about them. They continue to amass ever-increasing Bitcoin holdings, because in their minds, the cryptocurrency has already won. As a result, the system's most powerful actors aren't putting much pressure on us to sell. Fantastic for both the men and the system. I mean, come on, everyone in the tent has to pitch in for this to be a success, and I truly believe they do, but it's not Galaxy's forte. An intriguing remark from Michael Dell, CEO and founder of Dell Technologies, has sparked speculation that his firm may look into Bitcoin as an investment opportunity. With a maximum supply of 21 million tokens and increasing demand, Star City generates value, as the saying goes, according to a tweet by Dell from June 21st. An outspoken supporter of Bitcoin for corporate treasury purposes, Michael Saylor took notice of his tweet immediately. Many were wondering if Dell would ever put money into Bitcoin, either personally or through his firm, when he reposted Saylor's response and included a picture of Cookie Monster devouring the cryptocurrency. The possible investment into Bitcoin would be well grounded in Dell's recent financial actions. As an example, since re-entering the public market in December 2018, Dell Technologies stock has nearly multiplied by 5. Dell is now worth over $120 billion, having quadrupled in the previous 18 months. As the price of the company's Class C common stock has soared from $40 to $145 per share. This has made him the 14th wealthiest person in the world. With 58% of the corporation still in his possession, Dell has pocketed $2.1 billion as of 2024. Put another way, he has spare cash that he can put into the Bitcoin market. This is especially true in light of the growing US debt, which could have a detrimental effect on the value of the dollar down the road. For what amount of Bitcoin could Dell Technologies' portfolio go? Bitcoin may gain from companies like Dell Technology, according to Joe Consorti of the Bitcoin Layer, a worldwide macro research organization. This is because companies like Dell have the ability to earn extra money from the introduction of AI technology that lower costs. At a time when spending and scaling in computer manufacturing haven't been this rapid or hotly contested in decades. He said, adding that the outsized profits on the reserves during this AI boom will give an additional buffer for capital allocation. That is possible because Dell has $5.83 billion in the bank. Companies could gain a substantial advantage over their rivals if they held even a modest fraction of their assets in Bitcoin, say 1%. For instance, Dell Technologies stands to gain an additional $118.7 million in as little as a year if it invests $58.3 million or 1% of its $5.83 billion cash reserves in Bitcoin in the last 10 years, and 3.5% overall. Based on past performance, companies stand to gain significantly by investing in Bitcoin. Take Saylor's MicroStrategy, for example. Its latest smart Bitcoin acquisitions have yielded an astounding profit of around $6.33 billion. Meanwhile, prominent investors such as Warren Buffett have chosen not to purchase Bitcoin. Investing just 1% of Berkshire Hathaway's net portfolio in Bitcoin, as Buffett had hypothetically planned, would have increased the company's value from 214% to 240% in 5 years. In any multi-year time frame, Bitcoin is the greatest asset to position yourself for outsized risk-adjusted gains. Consorti said, ignoring this for no apparent reason is clearly not serving the interests of your shareholders. The shocking thing is that we are currently talking about how strong crypto is. We estimated 5 or 7 Fed rate cuts this year when the year began, and that was just based on our market expectations. We have received nothing so far, and it appears that we will not receive anything until September at the earliest. We will receive one this year, provided that we are successful. Blockchain technology is soaring. Just imagine if the Fed had been reducing rates at that time. How did that come to pass? Given that rates are remaining high, why are equity events taking place? A balanced budget would have resulted in the federal government spending 6.5% of GDP less during the period when we are all employed, isn't it? Our current budgetary policy is the most wasteful one since I was born. Then that became the standard. Joe Biden and Donald Trump both made it normal. The cryptocurrency market is aware that these two presidents have done more than any other in American history to ruin your children's and grandchildren's financial situations. With a populist president on the Republican side and a populist president on the Democratic side, Bitcoin is a fantastic long-term investment. Not to mention that populist presidents prefer not to cut spending. Does Joe Biden intend to increase the amount of student loan forgiveness? Whatever happens in the next election, a Democratic senator from the Armed Services Committee and I were talking today about how, regardless of who takes office, we must increase military spending dramatically over the next decade to meet the challenge posed by Russia and China, as well as by the advent of cutting-edge artificial intelligence weaponry. How are we going to raise so much capital? We're going to print it again and again. Those shortfalls will persist. And that is precisely why being the proud owner of Bitcoin should put you to sleep. Also contains some silver and gold, despite the present bearish trend which has caused the price of Bitcoin to fall from a high of $72,000 to approximately $63,500. A critical technical indicator implies that the price of the flagship cryptocurrency might soon surpass $100,000.